Welcome to The Hunter and the Sphinx, Chapter 5. Originally intended to climb high enough up this mountain to find snow or a beautiful view, but as you can see, after a couple kilometers up, best I can get is fog. So, we're heading back down. Now, today, our story begins, as it often does, with the Sphinx appearing at the hunter's camp. Well, good morning, Mr. Hunter Ash. How are you today? Well, good morning, Tien. I am doing fine. What is my favorite Sphinx up to today? Well, since you asked, I have a little favor to ask of you. Oh, what is it this time? I'm not gonna go get you crab legs if that's what you're after. No crab legs. I want you to help me pick a flower. Help you pick a flower. Well, that doesn't sound difficult on it by itself. However, I have this feeling there might be a little more to your request than just picking a flower. Well, indeed. So, I want to pick an Arctic tulip. An Arctic tulip. You're kidding, right? No. Why in the world would you want to go and find an Arctic tulip? Well, you see, someone I know is needing one to use as an ingredient to help make a medicine for an injured friend. Oh, an altruistic motive. Well, I suppose I don't have anything else to do today. Might as well. You know the only place to find an Arctic tulip is, right? Don't you? Well, that's why I'm asking you. Okay, well, it's going to be a bit of a trek. And it's probably, well, I'd say at least a couple days journey. So we're going to have to get some supplies. And it's going to be quite a hike. Well, I know. Alright, well, let's go. I've got a pack ready to go anywhere already, so off we go. As the hunter and the Sphinx went along their journey, they discussed the perils that they may face on the journey. Well, so Sphinx, I assume you're aware of the greatest threat besides the weather and falling off a cliff and the temperature and all those other things that could kill you up there on the mountain. You know about the oxyjack? Well, yes, that is why you're coming. So, what do you know about the oxyjack? See if you're up to speed on it. Well, the oxyjack is a large, hairy creature that lives up on the cold, frozen areas of the mountain down at the southern tip of the continent. And when it attacks its prey, it sucks up all the oxygen in the air, in the area around it, causing its prey to fall unconscious, where it can come and kill them easily. Yeah, that's right. You are correct. So, I know I have a bow, which is all well and good if I can see it before it can knock me out. But do you have some method besides those very sharp claws of yours of dealing with an oxyjack? Well, yes, I have my Sphinxy ability. That will be very useful if I can make eye contact with it before it knocks me out from lack of oxygen. Alright, so our tactics then, if we start to detect the air getting really thin really fast beyond reasonable for the elevation, we'll have to split up slightly so that at least one of us might be out of its immediate effect range until we can spy it. If I see it, I'll shoot it. If you see it, well, obviously, I guess you're going to stare at it until it does something. Oh, don't worry. If I can see it and it sees me, it will be over. Okay, well, I'll trust you on that one. Alright. You and your Sphinxy abilities, which, by the way, I don't really understand all of yet. I am a Sphinx. You're mysterious by nature. Wow. And, oh, mysterious Sphinxy, what makes you a Sphinx? Well, meow. But of course, I am a Sphinx and a Lynxy-ginx. Pardon? A Lynxy-ginx? What the heck is that? One day we'll know. One day, what? You're not making any sense. Well, well, if it made sense to you, maybe you'd be a Sphinx. Well, I give up. Silly Sphinx and your riddles. Although, one day we'll know. I think maybe your name is Tian. You said Tian is translated as sky or day. You said one day we'll know. They're basically saying that yourself will know what the heck that means. Am I right? Oh, more clever than you look, Mr. Hunter Ash, you are. Well, I'm not sure if that was a compliment or not, but regardless, it still doesn't answer the first question. Nope. And that is the case, the way it will remain. Alright. As we were marching onward, on and on, they marched up the mountain, climbing up higher and higher, looking for the very rare Arctic tulip. You know why this thing is so rare, don't you? Well, mostly because it only grows in a very cold area, but also needs sunshine, and the conditions are only right for a small portion of the year. That's making it a very rare find indeed. Yes. Well, speaking of questions, I know many things as a Sphinx, but why do they call it an oxyjack? It's such a strange name. Did somebody named Jack discover it or something? Get eaten by it? No, actually, it's much more crude than that. It's because when it attacks, it jacks your oxygen. Wow, that's terrible. Indeed. You can tell it wasn't a scientist that named it, that's for sure. Well, with any luck, we won't run into any oxyjacks. Still can't see anything. Foggy. As the hunter and the Sphinx climbed higher and higher, the air became thinner and thinner. Suddenly, it seemed like the air was disappearing really fast. Oxyjack, split up quick! With that, the hunter and the Sphinx separated themselves by 20 meters and peered around this way and that, looking for the Oxyjack before the air began to deplete. Pretty soon, it was almost impossible to breathe. The hunter began to see spots in his vision. And finally, he caught a glimpse of the creature's fur lurking behind a rock. There, with his last breath, pointed. The Sphinx leapt towards it and locked eyes. In a moment, the contest was over. The Oxyjack released all the oxygen back into the air. The hunter took a deep breath. It sat there, transfixed, staring into the Sphinx's eyes. Wow, well, that was close, but fortunately for this Oxyjack, you don't even have to shoot it. As the Sphinx gave her commands to the Oxyjack, it gave a woof of acknowledgement and lumbered off in the direction she sent it. Well, that was impressive, said the hunter. What did you do to it? Well, I told you, one of my Sphinxy abilities. If I can lock eyes with a creature, I can control it pretty much to do anything that's within its nature to do. So I can't tell it to kill itself, but anything that it would normally do at a given point in time, if it so chose, I can make it do so, such as take or release oxygen or go here or there. I also gleaned some of the areas that it's seen of recently, and I can tell you where we're going to find our flower. Oh, well, it was good that we ran into the Oxyjack. Well, you could say that. Still seeing stars? Yeah, my vision's back to normal now. I think I'm good. Alright, this way. With that, it went off. I found a little sheltered area where a few of the flowers were growing. What do they call this? A tulip. It's not even a tulip. Tulips have bulbs. Well, as you mentioned, these aren't scientists naming things around here. True enough. So, they gathered a few of the flowers into their sack and began to make their way back down the mountain. Long trek back down the mountain. Oh, well, any luck we won't run into any more Oxyjacks. We should be leaving their usual haunts pretty soon. Well, indeed. And down and down they went. So, where are we taking this? And do you need me to for anything elsewhere on this journey of yours? Well, there is someone I would like you to meet. The person who needs this flower. Okay. Person, you say. Well, you could call her a person. So, okay. We'll leave it at that, and I assume your mysterious, sphinxy, vague words. Well, indeed, you will see once we get there. As they journeyed back northward, back up the continent, they took a trail off into part of forest and jungles that the hunter had never been through before. It's a big continent, so not terribly surprising of itself. But as he continued on, he became well and truly unsure of their exact location, as the trees covered any sight of the sun, and twists and turns left him no true sense of direction. It's quite the meandering path you're taking us on there, Tian. How much further are we going? Not much further. Not much further. As they continued on, they came to appeared to be a wall of thick trees, and she paused at a random point. Okay, so now you're going to need to take my hand. Okay. I thought you had paws. Why do you have hands suddenly? I've always had hands, right? Hold on. Afternoon. Good, nice day for a walk. Slight pause in the action there. Oh, as we were saying, Hunter took the Sphinx's paw that was now mysteriously a hand. She said, okay, close your eyes for a moment and step forward with me. Okay, it's weird, but he did as he was instructed, closed his eyes, held her hand instead of her paw, which is weird, and took a large step forward and opened his eyes, and suddenly they were not facing a wall of trees anymore. They were in a beautiful meadow with a ginormous tree in the center of it. Ooh, okay, now this is definitely not there before. Ooh, you will find a lot of things aren't as expected here. Come with me. That, the Sphinx, who now resembled more human than anything, walked forward towards the tree. I'm so glad that you're still alive. What? Well, if you hadn't been accepted by the person you're going to meet, you would be dead by now. Oh, thanks for telling me ahead of time, or not, as it were. It's all good. It's all good. You're still alive. It's not going to hurt you now. Oh, Sphinx. As they approached the giant tree, they could see all sorts of figures glancing at them. Curiosity from the branches. It was really hard to make them out, but you definitely hear little whispers and giggles coming from the tree. This is different. And suddenly a shimmering form appeared in front of them and began to take shape in the form of a rather tall, stately woman. Welcome home, Tien. I see you've brought Sir Hunter Ash with you. How delightful. Meow. Yes, we've acquired the flowers that you required. Excellent. Bring them to me, please, right away. Welcome, Sir Hunter. Glad you could help our Tien today. It's quite a dangerous trek I sent her on. Yes, and you obviously know me, but who are you? Well, I've gone by many names, but you can just call me Morgana. That will do for now. Morgana. Okay, well, nice to meet you. You're obviously not someone I would classify as human, fairy. I have no idea. Well, you can just call me the mother of these creatures that live here in this meadow. Tien calls me her mother. Not born necessarily, but mother all the same. Well, I am very honored to meet you, Morgana, and to be here. I assume then that you use some sort of magic to keep this place hidden. Indeed, it is as you say. This is a very special place that very few are permitted to enter. You have proven yourself a loyal and true friend to my beloved Sphinx, and thus I've been permitted the very rare privilege of being admitted here for a visit, not to stay. Of course. So you have to use the flower to heal somebody? Yes, come with me. I will prepare their medicine now. As they walked towards the tree, the doorway opened up, and they descended a set of stairs into an interior space that seemed deceptively large for how big the tree looked on the outside. I'm going to assume there is more than clever building at work here. Indeed. Morgana began to prepare medicine on her workbench, and soon had it prepared and ready to deliver. Sphinx, as much as the hunter is a welcome guest, we have things to do, and it is time for him to go. Please escort him back out onto his path home. We will see each other again soon. There's things at work that we will need his help with in the future. Okay. And with that, Morgana ushered herself out onto her healing destination. And that the Sphinx and the hunter journeyed back the way they came, out through the tree to the edge of the clearing, and stepped into the tree line that mysteriously closed behind them. So, what do you think of Morgana? She's lovely. Very, very impressed with her. So, Sphinx, I've been meaning to ask you. You seem to be able to find me wherever I am, but I don't really have a way of contacting you, do I? I assume I'll never be able to find this place again on my own. You assume correctly. Thought so. Is there a way that I would be able to contact you if there was something important that came up? There is. But I have to first ask you if it's okay if we strengthen my mark on you. Your weird psychic sphinxy mark that I don't really understand. That one. If you are okay with it, then I will strengthen it so that not only will I be able to see you, but if you were to concentrate on thoughts of me very hard for a moment, I would perceive that wherever I am and be able to come to you. Well, you know what? As the saying is, in for a penny, in for a pound. Might as well. Let's get into this magic business. 100, almost doing magic. It is done. Just like that. Yep. Okay. Very good. I will take your word for it that something happened and is different. Indeed, it is. Okay, well, this looks like where my trail ends. Yeah, I think I can find my way back from here. Excellent. I'm gonna go back and help Morgana now and teach my friend. Perhaps you will meet them sometime. Perhaps. Until until next time, Mr. Hunter Ash. See you next time, Tian.